Thank you, thank you very much. And so, therefore, fellow Africans, being on 18th of February 2025, I am once again profoundly honored to present to you our 27th episode of the Change for African campaign. And being on Tuesday, we discuss about the potential that we have as an African continent. And so, therefore, fellow Africans, today, as I had spoken yesterday, that this week we shall be using the recent proceedings that are taking place in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, the AUC chairmanship elections after the man from Djibouti, Muhammad Ali Yusuf, took over from Mahatma of Chad. And so this week, today being on Tuesday, about potential, this is what I want us to speak about with the relation to the AUC and the roles under the AUC chairman. You know that one of the things that needs to be addressed, that I'll be focusing on today, is an issue still related to the youth and the kind of potential that the African youth has. And then we relate it to how then can the new administration and the Africa Stop Seat be part of making sure that they can be able to accommodate and carry out operations in the presence of the African youth, in making sure that in very many critical decisions done, they engage the African youth and the African youth at all levels from all the 54 sovereign states of Africa. That is one of the things of working with the other heads of state. And so what is supposed to be happening here? Because youth is a very huge potential. That is a very huge. We have a very huge human resource as an African continent. So we need to figure out ways in which we can utilize this resource. Youth is a human resource, but then this human resource has a potential of carrying out very critical operations, has a potential of being of very great importance. Has a potential of carrying out or being problem solvers in the African continent. But then how do they become that? How do they become problem solvers? How do they become solutions to the African continent? In terms of technology, in terms of agricultural sectors, all these sectors need a very young, vibrant generation, of which we are blessed with. We are blessed with as an African continent. So what I'm urging the new leadership at the AUC is that they should try and make sure that they incorporate youth into various sectors, trying to make sure that whatever decisions they do, they involve the youth. Why is it very critical or very important to involve the African youth? Because this is now a young generation that is rising, a young generation that is going into the future. So what happens, because we should try and see that after these people exit the systems, we have people of incredible people. We have people who understand what is going on. We have people who have a clear understanding of what they need to do after this system has exited. So how do we make sure, though not entering into the system, as I said before, that we are not rushing into the system of the current system, but then the very same things that can be done, or the very things that can be of benefit to the young generation of Africa, that they are given opportunities, they are given a mandate to be leaders in different various things, leaders in terms of they are given now the opportunity to lead a certain group of youth. Not that the existing people are the ones who are given the mandate to lead a youth organization. No, we need an organization whereby we have new youth, we have the youth, coming up and leading their own youth. That is what you need to do. So it is a potential. Youth is a very immense resource, that we have, the youthful population of Africa. So let us have these people giving the youth an opportunity, to lead Africa, in various sectors, such that as they grow, because the youth actually understand what is going on now. So within their own system, they will know what is most appropriate that they should be doing within their own systems, as because now they have been enabled and given some elevations in terms of they can lead certain organizations, certain group of people. We need those small groups of youth. We need those small organizations of youth, that youth can operate within those organizations, within themselves, and then they understand, such that they grow knowing that this is the most responsible thing that they need to do, because Africa is for us, and most of the African youth. Remember, this person, or the newly elected, is representing a population of about 1.2 to 1.4 billion people in the African continent. All of these people, majority of them are the youth. Over 60% of this population, these are the youth, and mostly even under the age of 25 years. So these are the people who need to be to get that civic education, because once the leader or the new chair now finds it great and understands in this way, that we need to have a super generation. We need to have a new future for Africa. He's there now. Tomorrow he won't be there. But then, what am I doing to make sure that as I exit this, we have people who are going to see Africa grow? Because remember, the problems bedeviling Africa today, these are not problems to be solved within 4 years. These are not problems to be solved maybe even within 8 years. But these are problems that need a very critical foundation, that need a very strong foundation as we go into the future. And who are the foundation? Who can make a very solid and reasonable foundation as we go into the future is the youthful population, because these are people who are still young, vibrant. Now they'll be delving into this, do a lot of research, understand things, find solutions for the African continent. And that is the potential that we have as an African continent. We have a potential of growing, we have a potential of becoming great, and we have a potential of utilizing our youthful population, and we harness that population with respect to their brilliant minds, their vibrant minds, and their energy and the power. That's a workforce that you have as an African continent, such that in different sectors, these are the youth who now will be the heads, tackling different sectors, and then bring sanity in these sectors, because they have been growing up seeing the things bedeviling our continent, and they understand why maybe our continent still lags behind in terms of development, depending on too much funds from other nations, of which these nations, if Africa was serious, we should be feeding the same nations that are funding us today. But then, since the existing systems, or the systems that have come before, have not been able to realize this, but the youth of Africa, as I say, the unity of Africa is now building up, and we're building on that in making sure that the African youth have that unity all the way from the north to the south, from the west to the east and the central of Africa. We are uniting as a youthful population of Africa in making sure that we harness our potential and make it be seen, and make our potential be realized all globally, and making sure that Africa becomes great, because this is the population that is going into the future, and they have to see, they will do whatever it takes to make sure that they create a vibrant future, not only for themselves but even for their kids and people to come in future. And so therefore, fellow Africans, I am urging that the new leadership at the EUC should make sure that they dive into, they look upon the youth of Africa. This is a potential that Africa is sitting on, that is yet to be unleashed, that is yet to be tapped. We need to be serious about the youthful population of Africa. Thank you. God bless you. Let's meet tomorrow as we discuss about the resources of Africa, still in relation to the recent elections. We are speaking about AUC and what they should be focusing on, the present things, the contemporary things that they should be focusing on, that can make Africa realize its full potential. Thank you. God bless you. Have an interesting afternoon. Let's meet tomorrow.